Hi, I'm Renee Alea, and today I'm going to show you how to predator-proof a poultry run. So this type of run is appropriate for chickens, ducks, geese, any type of bird like that. This is obviously a duck run. You can probably hear them behind me. But it's especially important during the winter months when food becomes scarce for wild animals to make sure that the run is very predator-proof. And I am like really careful on this because I just don't want to lose any birds to predators. I breed endangered ducks. I can't be losing birds to predators. So this is just some tips that I've learned over the years because I've been doing this for like probably 20 years because I started when I was a little kid. And this is just some tips I've learned, and it's not perfect. I'm going to show you some stuff on my run where it could definitely use improvement, and I'm going to be working on it too, but it's a good place to start. So first and foremost, it's very important to get a good quality wire that predators are not going to be able to get through. This is called hardware cloth, and it's basically like 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. There's also a type of cage wire that's like 1 inch by 1/2 inch, so it's like longer rectangles, and I have used that successfully too for a really long time. This stuff here is what the gold standard is that everybody recommends, but I would say one downside with it is that it is not really that strong. Like if you're trying to stretch it really tight or if you hit it too hard, it can break, and like obviously that's not ideal. So yeah, I don't know what, I think I like the cage wire better, which I have in another run at my old place. And it's lasted for a really long time, and the gauge of the wire is a lot thicker than this. Like this is like probably maybe 18 gauge. I'm not terribly happy with it, which is part of the reason why it's inside my garden, and it's surrounded by this goat fence, which is like a woven wire, and the gauge is quite a bit thicker. I don't know. I'm just trying to guess. It's probably like maybe 12 gauge, maybe 12. It's not 14. Yeah, I want to say it's like 12 gauge, maybe 10 gauge. Anyways, it's thicker, it's stronger. It's made for goats to climb on, so like I like that it's surrounded by here. Another option, if you don't have that, because I'm not gonna have that when I make my chicken run over here. So what I'm doing now for my chickens, and what I'll probably do when I build my chicken run over here, is I will probably surround it with electric fence. So I've got chicken coops set up over here behind me, and I need to mow my grass. That's the one downside with electric, is that basically the grass will grow up into the electric fence and short it out. But yeah, electric's really good, and that will keep like the raccoons away. We do have bears out here. We've got a lot of predator pressure here, but that has been keeping the raccoons away, and it needs a little bit of maintenance, but that's one option. So yeah, make sure that you have a wire. A lot of people think chicken wire is okay, but it's just, its openings are like 1 inch wide, and that's really easy for a raccoon to fit their arm through and then pull your bird through piece by piece. It's not good. Do not recommend. It's just, it pays to be really extra careful, so that's what I try to do. And this is a really nice run. You don't need something this big. This is just what I have. The chicken coops are another type of example. They also have this hardware cloth on it. I'll show you another example of some duck runs if you're only having like maybe a couple of ducks, like up to 4 ducks. Yay, my duckies. But yeah, this is their run. It looks kind of bad because it's winter right now. But so I have behind me, this was one of my first, let's see if I can get it in picture. I have a tarp on it, but this was one of my first duck runs, and it's just like a simple house, and then it's got like the little run attached. And this is fine. I let them out to free range, but I have to supervise them free range because we have so many aerial predators and hawks and eagles and all that good stuff. So I needed something really big for everybody so they could have enough space to get around, because I can't let them out and supervise them all the time, and I just don't really feel safe letting them out and not supervising them, because that's a good way for a predator to sneak up on them. There's a bunch of leaves on it right now that I need to clean off, but this does have a roof on it. I highly, highly, highly recommend having some sort of roof cover, something that animals can't get in, because aerial predators, that not having a roof is not going to stop them. Also, raccoons can climb, they can get in. Yeah, I would recommend just studying all the different types of predators that are in your area and learning, you know, their hunting habits, because some of them will actually like case the area, look around and try to find a way in. So if you have like a little gap somewhere or something and they're like hungry and they're trying to get in, they will find it and then they will eat your birds. And just because, you know, things have been fine for a while, it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. It's better be safe than sorry. So I have this really elaborate overhead roof, and then like where it connects to my run, I'm working on it, but I have wire here. I'm gonna staple it to their house, and down below here is actually rats, and rats are not technically a predator, although I have had them attack my birds and it's not good. So I'm trying to keep them out, and they also dig, which I don't know if you can see down here, but they have been digging, and we have like weasels and mink here, and so if the rats are digging there, they're creating a point of entry that the weasels and minks could potentially use, because that's kind of what they do, is they dig under. They'll even swim underwater. They're kind of semi-aquatic. I've seen it. It's awful. And then on the outside, you can't see it because there's a bunch of mulch over it, but this wire actually goes all the way down to the ground and then goes out about a foot or so, maybe a little bit less than a foot. So that's like called a no-dig apron, and that's because a predator's instinct is to come up to the edge of the cage and try to dig to get under. And I'm talking about like weasels and whatnot, and dogs too, actually. I don't know, but yeah, dogs are a kind of overlooked predator that people don't always think about, but definitely a problem for poultry. But yeah, that's supposed to help with digging. I don't trust it. I don't trust much anything when it comes to this, because I feel like if there's a way, they will find it. And oh, here's a better example. The ducks have kind of been undermining it there, and so now this board that's supposed to be right on the bottom is up a little. So I'm gonna fill that in with like gravel and whatnot to try to reinforce it, because I don't want, this wire is galvanized, but I don't want that to rust out, because the galvanized part will come off eventually with like weather and UV damage and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna put gravel up. Having a board on the bottom is definitely really good, and when this was built, I wanted the board on the bottom, but it didn't quite work out. So I'm basically gonna use gravel to make sure that it's like flush with the ground. So that's one of the things that I'm going to do also. But yeah, basically the most important thing to remember is don't have any gaps any bigger than a half inch, because most animals, except for like really small mice, which are a problem too, but not technically a predator, most predators are not going to be able to get through 1/2 inch or smaller. So if you keep that as a simple rule of thumb and keep a roof over the top of your run as well, yeah, that's basically it. And then just constantly monitor it and make sure that nobody has like created a point of entry, or that just nature hasn't over time, because obviously stuff wears out. But yeah, that's all I have for today. So thank you for watching, and please feel free to subscribe and help support the farm, and I will see you next time.